is there is predictable, making sure that you have this predictability. So predictability, reliability, I think is the most. I put a star right there if I could, to make sure that people's actions and words are congruent. We have to be able to know, that you're solid, you're a solid person. And this is not something that you have overnight. You have to have, for trusting relationships, this predictability is so important, and it builds over time. And if you have a history of not following through, or just saying whatever you need to say to manage somebody and not following through on your behavior, that's somebody who's not quite ready. I think not quite ready for prime time. You ain't quite ready for prime time. Yes, Boyce.
First of all, let me just say I love what you're saying right here. I think it's very powerful. And just so y'all, in case y'all don't know, my wife, I know y'all know she has a mind of her own, but I want to make that clear. Like, she really brings ideas to the table where I didn't know what the ideas are gonna be, and sometimes they astonish me. And this is one of those things where you want to talk about those $1 million moves. What you got to understand really is that like, there was a time where I always was trying to sort of get things to the next level, get my money to the next level, get my business to the next level, whatever. And what you'll find a lot of times is that, getting wealth to the next level, it doesn't usually take something big. It's usually like some little small, tiny tweak, I had a conversation with a friend of mine years ago that I was 45 minutes, and he helped me see something I had not seen before. And that conversation made us like an extra $400,000 that year. So here's the thing. I had everything I needed. It was already right there in front of me. I just didn't see it because I was too close to it. And just that little thing, boom, to the moon. Or another little thing, me working with my brother, and the fact that I used to change his diapers when he was a baby, I'm going to tell you that probably made me at least $15 million. The fact that I hated it because at the time I only got like 50 cents an hour to take care of him. Maybe it wasn't even that much, but literally the fact that he was so loyal to me and our relationship was so strong, that made me millions of dollars because my brother has helped me come up with $1 million ideas. You understand? So when I tell you all that relationships and all this other stuff that we talk about, a lot of people ain't gonna listen. They're just not gonna get it because they haven't studied wealth the way we have. And I'm telling you, this stuff that Alicia's laying out here, in fact, it is so important that I'm gonna challenge you all to memorize this and train this to your children. So you got these 4 pieces right here: character, competency, predictability, and supportive behavior. So I came up with a little acronym to help you remember this. And the acronym, you know me, babe. I love acronyms. And the acronym I have is can carry proper standards. Can carry proper standards. So the question is, your loved ones, can they carry proper standards? And what are your proper standards as a family? Well, the C stands for character. Are you a good person, or are you a dirty, low down, dirty crook? Competency. Can I depend on you? Are you qualified, capable, and able, right? You think about that with a child. See, these are things you got to train your kids on. This is better than business school. Right? This is better than business school. If you train the kids to be solid, that's better than business school. So first off, you train your kids to be good people. Number 2, you train them to be qualified, capable, and able. Like I talk to our son a lot, about saying, look, man, if you say you're going to do something, I guess that's related actually to predictability. So I'll save that for later. But qualified, capable, and able, that's just basic skill. Are you able to add value to the team? Are you bringing some sort of skill to the team? So like right now with my parents being sick, my sister being a medical doctor means she's bringing some skills to the team that's really coming in handy now that, we're figuring out some health issues. And my PhD in finance comes in handy when we're talking about estate planning and financial planning and all that. Predictability, are your actions and are your words consistent? So when I talked to our son, I said, look, if you're going to be a man, the biggest thing about being a man is you got to follow through. You got to be dependable. If you say you're going to do something, you got to do it, and that's critical. So these are little values-based things. This is culture. That's what I'm saying to you. This is culture. This is not economics, pie in the sky theory. This is not, how to manage your 401k and how to pick the right stock. This is just, are you solid or not? If you're not solid, then you can't. If you cannot carry proper standards, then you can't be part of the family wealth building process. But if you can carry proper standards, and that's the acronym you can memorize, have your kids memorize this, then that will help them determine what the requirement is for them to make the team. You know, and the last part, supportive behavior, genuine care, respect. How many times have you seen families break down just because the kids ain't never learned no respect for elders, right? And it might be also because the elders never earned the respect from the child. You know, daddy never spent time with me when I was a kid, so I don't respect daddy now that I'm an adult, right? So respect is given and it's received, but I think that respect piece is very important, because somebody who respects you is going to solve a problem with you in a certain kind of way that is different from somebody who does not respect you. And also someone who cares about you is going to address you in a way that's different from someone who does not care. Also, if you know someone cares about you, then you're going to respond differently than if you feel like someone doesn't care. When I think back on my experience in school and why I did so bad in school as a kid, I realized it wasn't that the work was hard. I could have did the work. I just didn't feel like anybody cared about me. And I noticed that the times that I did well in school was when somebody got behind me and said, "Come on, Boyce, you can do it. I want to see you succeed. I want to see you win." And then I would be like, okay, I want to see me win too. I'm going to, because you poured into me, you poured that love into me. Now I'm going to love you back by doing my best. That's it, doing my best. So I would memorize this. Like this is your $1 million wealth building play. If you build solid relatives and solid teammates, you can win championships with solid teammates. So the CCPS, can carry proper standards. That to me should be an acronym that you memorize. And actually, in fact, when I go around the country and I'm teaching on my book, the 10 Commandments of Black Economic Power, I'm actually going to include this. My wife didn't even know this. I'm going to include this actually in the training, because this is so important. And I'll give you full credit, babe. But so go ahead, please continue.
No, I mean, because I think the predictability is so important. Can you be counted on to act in a expected manner? And the supportive behavior was the cheerleader that you needed, right? You needed someone to express things where they have a genuine interest and respect for each other. It's so important to feel valued and cared for in your family. You know, that's who you want to have. And so, and I love what you're talking about with your brother. I mean, very easily, you and your brother could have been, could have had some difficulties and it could have like torn apart, especially I think that you need to be aware of sibling rivalries, right? And, some of these relational issues have to be overcome or you'll never be able to make it in the family business. Family businesses fall apart when people are unable to work together in a healthy way. And just because you're involved in a business venture does not mean you leave behind family dynamics and family issues. So it's important to be intentional. It's important to address whatever kinks that are in the way so that you can have a really good strategic plan. Okay, so moving along. Oh, the biggest thing is, one thing I wanted to highlight